So I present a work that calls This is the Garden of Eden, just take the key and open the door. It's an installation and it's made by a text, a door that is actually not a real door, there is a draw on the wall of a door, and a real hand door. And a series of keys, and each key is named by a political or economical or order, like capitalism, socialism, feudalism, mercantilism in history art. In the history of humanity, I would say. So you have different systems developed in different time of humanity, and with this installation you have the possibility to have a view with distance of all the political or economical systems that are already developed since Acropolis. And the Garden of Eden is a metaphor of this attempt of humanity to try to find the best order of the things, the better structure, the best way to work, to work as a society. Always I feel my work as an object that is actually still not art, just until the public perceive it, and when the public perceive it, then there is like a connection between a person and the artwork. And when these two elements activate between each other, then I feel like the real art is born. Yeah. So of course this is an action. When the public perceive the work, this connection, and then the performance is there. So in this case, in this installation, I just want to share a feeling of, okay, I see some keys, I see a door, I can open it, but I feel like I want to open it. So this feeling, in a way, is not like a real direct action of the public, like trying to, directly open a door, but it's a feeling. And this feeling of an action that suggests an action is for me the performative part of the artwork. I think every artist should, when you make art, you need food, you need energy to produce something, to share something with the world. So I think it's not so positive to produce art through art, consume and not from another fields to produce art, and not from the same thing. So that's why I am not particularly interested into art, into fine arts, But of course, I love a lot of works, particular works, and I really like to see what a lot of very good friends, what they are doing in art. But in a very deep way, like strong influence, I prefer to look from another fields. It was a long process, like a lot of months, and a very, actually, I would say, hard process to work with egoismus, I would say. Because you can't be selfish, because you need to understand that what you are doing is part of a main thing. So it's also the work, it's also important for the institution, it's also important for the curator, it's also important for every artist. Now it's important for you that you are also doing your own work. So I think to have success in everything that you make, you should be aware of this, that what you are doing is part of a main thing. So in this case, it was very beautiful to work with Ursula, because I think she knows how to deal with this, She's taking care always of everything, every detail, and at the same time she's doing also her own work. I don't know about how was specifically with the institution, because I didn't have direct contact, but I can feel that it was, of course, in the same rhythms, So I think it works very well, and actually it's very nice, because I live here since 2 years, and through the exhibition I met some Ursula work with she's very interested to work with Latin American artists. So I think it's also a really nice opportunity to be in contact, because it's very important to be in contact and to know the artists who are active in art scene also in other countries that are currently making some residencies in the city. The statement of my work as an artist is to expand light. And I understand the light as, for example, now we have an interview, and this interview could be not nice for us, for example, to experiment and to have this experience. But so every situation in life could be like really beautiful and really with a lot of pleasure that you can really enjoy, or could be really not nice. For example, with friends you have this, I am giving very simple examples so you can understand what I am trying to say. So in every situation, in every piece of reality, we can experiment the same thing as a not pleasant thing, or as a really a thing that makes you develop, you know, yourself, and that makes you go in this direction and not into this direction. So what I am working hard as a human, not as an artist, as a human at first, to develop myself into this direction, you know, and then I want to share this possibility of develop to the world, through my work. So I want to reach this with my work. I want to achieve this, to share this possibility of develop, and to share the possibility to experiment everything in life as a light, with light, you know, this eyes, with this eyes, like full of, I would say, a positive direction. I just want to say, I think that's also a very important thing in my work that I want to share. It's about the understanding of the separation. For example, sometimes we feel like, okay, I am very successful and this person that is close to me is not so successful. So, you know, you feel like you are separate from the others, and you can have less or more than the others, and you feel yourself as a separate thing. And this is a very strong conception, for example, in art, because there is a lot of competence, and the artists or the curators, whatever, they are, you know, like this, thinking about competition and this kind of things. And I am very interested in to change this conception in art, in contemporary art, because this understanding of the things, it's really wrong. So it's like, for example, we have a body, and it's like you would say, okay, I take care of my eye, but I don't take care of my leg. So it's a very stupid way of thinking, because everything is part of the same system. So if you are very healthy of one part of your body and another one not, you can't work, because it's belonging to the same system. So in this order, in this way of thinking, I think the things in artisan should work in a different way. Like, for example, there are a lot of things, open call, for example. You know how our work in artisan, in contemporary art, everything works with a specific structure, and I am interested in to change this structure a bit, because I think it's wrong. It's going into a wrong direction a bit. And art is supposed to bring something to the world, and not the opposite. Yeah. So I think, for example, this way of work, to make open calls, for example, to compete between each other. So this is a wrong way to work, you know, because if what is close to each other, it's better, you are also better, because it's like the example I gave of the body. Every member of contemporary art is part of the same system, so we should take care of what we are doing, and also the others. So I am very interested into, through my work and also some texts that I am working on, also texts to change this order, this structure, this way of thinking, because it's really it's not in the right direction.